I recently reviewed a company known as Dapper Yankee that makes beard products. They also make soap. And I've stayed in contact with them since the review. I've given advice and feedback and worked through some constructive criticism. I absolutely love the owner and how his brain works and his approach to business, and sincerely just wants to make the best products for you guys. Well, we were talking and he said, "Hey man, I love your videos. They're so good. I've gone through so many of them. A common question that I get from people is, what is ostrich oil? And then even more so, what's the difference between ostrich and emu?" And he said, "I went through your videos. I found your emu oil video, but I didn't find anything dedicated to ostrich, and I didn't find anything that was comparing the two." And I thought about it, I said, you know what, you're right. I kind of did the emu oil, and they're so similar, I just kind of disregarded it. I actually thought I had an emu versus ostrich oil video. I don't. And so I said, you know what, man, let's make a video. Let's talk about these differences and kind of go over it. And that's where we're at here today, because his oil, as you guys will see here, looks a little different than most oils you see. That cloudiness, more than half of this bottle is made up of a bird oil, ostrich oil. It is the majority ingredient in here. And so it's really like, okay, let's go over why this is happening and the differences here. And I will break all of those down today, you guys. Quick introduction first. My name's Dan C. Bearded. Thank you for real for checking this video out. If you like learning about this type of stuff, if you like learning about beards, check that thumbs up, the like button down below. If you could hit that, thank you. It doesn't cost you anything but a couple of moments of your time. And on that same note, another thing that's free is that subscribe button. If you want to see more content from this channel, it's very simple. Hit that subscribe button. It also helps out what I do for a living and for a passion. Even if you don't want to see more videos, consider it. Maybe you'll change your mind in a couple weeks and like the videos. We'll see where it goes. Shout out to those of you that are already subscribed. You guys are amazing. So to break this down, ostrich oil, emu oil. Very, very similar oils, dang near identical, but there are some changes and differences that I want to go over. First, let's talk about the sourcing. One comes from the bird that's an ostrich. One comes from the bird that's an emu. They have different origins, I believe. I think the ostrich is from Africa, and I believe the emu is from New Zealand, maybe Australia, but I want to say New Zealand. Pretty much the same bird. One's a little bit bigger, a little bit different looking. The oil extraction process is the same. It's actually rendered down fat. Now, is that for everybody? No, of course not, right? Diversity makes us great. Beautiful areas lie within variety and different subjective preferences. I don't fault anybody that's like, nope, I don't want that. Awesome. But why? Why would we be using rendered down bird fat on our face? It is one of the most, if not the most potent anti-inflammation ingredients, plural here. And what does that mean for our beard? So essentially, your skin and hair become inflamed throughout the day. Almost all of us, even when we don't have any control over it. What happens is, essentially, you have your hair that meets the skin. There's this thing that attaches the hair to the skin that's called your follicle. Attached to that follicle are two blood vessels. Now, they deliver the nutrients. When our skin becomes inflamed, the hair becomes inflamed, it is essentially our body's way of protecting that hair. What happens is, normally it's nice and flat. When inflammation happens, it cones up around the hair to protect it, and it almost kind of chokes it. What it does is it pinches the nutrients and stops them from getting to where they need to go because of things internally like stress. If your body is reading stress, it goes into fight or flight mode. And your hair is just not a priority for your body. So it says, hey, all those nutrients delivering to your hair, no. We're going to pinch that off and we're going to reroute those nutrients. It's a kind of amazing body trait that we have, very similar to hypothermia. Think about that. What happens when you get extremely cold? Oh, the blood stops going out to your fingers and your toes and your outer extremities to protect your core. Our hair does the same thing in inflammation situations. Externally, things like pollution. Your body sees it as this invader and it does not want that pollution getting into your body. So what does it do? It cones up around the hair and stops the pollution from getting in. Makes sense. Invaders from inside, invaders from outside, our body goes into protection. Now in practicality, what does that mean? Our beard's gonna get drier, our beard's not gonna grow as fast, our beard's not gonna feel as good because you're not getting the hydration and the nutrients that you need. and you're stopping the proper detox process. Right now, I'm a little bit sweaty. It's a warm day in Michigan. That's a part of my detox process. It's pushing things out while it's accepting things that can come in externally as well. Inflammation's not good. Bird oil or other ingredients like CBD, anti-inflammation, they go in and just soothe the skin, smooth it out, and you don't have that cone anymore. Now, you're like, cool, Dan, I like the science and the little bits there, but what does that mean for me and my beard in practical terms? Your beard will be softer with anti-inflammation ingredients. Almost everybody immediately that day will experience a softer beard with Ostrich Oil and Emu Oil. It just happens to the point where I can't wear potent bird oil blends back-to-back days because my beard becomes so soft, it's like cotton candy, and it doesn't want to style, just kind of bounces around. Not my thing. Others can, especially gray, white, red beards. They really love that soft factor of the Ostrich Oil. That's what it does. It makes it softer, and that's a great thing. It allows nutrients to get to where they need to even better. That's a great thing. All right. The differences of Emu and Ostrich are very minimal, actually. They're almost identical oils. Pretty much everything Emu does, Ostrich Oil does as well, but a little bit better because of one specific reason. These two oils have 3 long-chain fatty acids. That's what makes it a little bit solid. It's what makes it a little bit milky kind of colored. Long-chain fatty acids. 2 of them are identical. You could not tell the difference. I mean, unless you really got in with all the scientific details, they're dang near identical. The third one is very different though. They both have this 3rd long-chain fatty acid. However, Ostrich Oil is much more potent and has a much higher level to the degree of almost 10x. 10 times as much as this really important long-chain fatty acid. Now, what does that mean? That long-chain fatty acid helps absorption rate and permeability for that transdermal application of oil to the skin. How fast can it get to its source and how deep can it go? Generally speaking, Ostrich Oil is going to absorb better and it's going to absorb deeper than Emu Oil. Now, is there a cause and a purpose to use Emu Oil? Absolutely. When it's in less potent numbers, Emu Oil is a great ingredient. If it's 5% of the bottle, 10% of the bottle, fantastic. When we're talking 50, 60, 75% of the bottle, it's hands down Ostrich Oil is a great option. Better, maybe subjective, but in my opinion, it is an amazing option, especially of that absorption rate. It just seems like a better option than the Emu Oil. So again, when you check out this bottle, it's the very first one, and then some common ones like argan and stuff after that help out. Those are the differences. Very similar, but it's almost like Ostrich Oil is Emu version beta 1.5. It's just a little bit better in every way. So down below, conclusion. Any questions about either of these oils? Any questions about this company that gave me this idea for the video? Any comments, experiences? It's all appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. I really get into these. I know I get talking fast and get talking crazy. I just love it, and I don't get as many people to talk to about on a daily basis, this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for being my friends and there for me to hear me out on my rants and raves. I will respond to every single comment. Thank you guys one more time. Dan C. Bearded. Please stay bearded and stay positive.